Alright, good evening everyone and welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. We are back here with Division 3 in Round 3 and we are at the Red Bull Ring at Spielberg, Styria, Austria. This is a beautiful, beautiful track, very short, very fast, but today, as we can see from qualifying already, it might be a little bit tricky with the weather that we've got going on the track right now. So we just watched Forza there post the first fastest lap with a 1:16.2, but we never really know how this one can turn out with these sort of conditions. It can go any possible way. We don't really know what the forecast is going to be like for the rest of the race or the rest of qualifying for that matter. So we will have to wait and see how that turns out. But welcome back, as I said, to Midwest F1 Division 3 Round 3. This is BLIN-MACHINE with you once again, commentating for the second week on this league, and I'm really excited to see how this one goes. There's been, you know, a lot of battling and a lot of drama in the previous round in France. We saw some of the best battling I've seen on track in a very long time, and we've got some more times coming up on the board here right now in qualifying. It's still pretty early. We've still got 13 minutes in qualifying to go, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to be trying to set a lap here. Here's Smith Bell goes up into third place with a 1:16.4. So yeah, if you guys missed out on France last week, that was definitely a very exciting race. There was a lot going on there, definitely a lot of battling on track, and also a late safety car, if I'm not mistaken, that really shook things up. So a lot of different things happened in that one, but Soy Loco was in first place after everything was said and done. Cake Thomas in second, and Mahi 250 was on the podium in third place. So that shook up the standings a little bit as well, with Cake Thomas moving down to second place, sorry, with 40 points, and Soy Loco moving up to first with 43 points to his name. Disgruntled Muppet still holding on to third place in the standings right now with 30 points. He was fourth in France last week. So Austria is definitely a completely different track here. You know, looking at it, it's only got 10 corners, so only 10 turns around this track. It's quite quick everywhere around. All of the corners are connected mostly by really long straights. You've got 3 DRS zones to use on this track, and that's if we get to use them today. Looking at the weather right now, we definitely will not in qualifying. So Spooling Dub there just jumped to the top of the table with a 1:15.7, so the times are starting to come down a little bit. The weather doesn't seem to be improving, so let's wait and see if that's going to change anytime soon here. But thank you guys for joining, everybody that's made it so far. I really appreciate it. Leave me a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I am happy to be here again at Midwest F1 and commentating on this Division 3. Got to watch, as I said, a very exciting race last week in France, and Austria should deliver a lot of battling as well. Even if we do go into a little bit of a rainy conditions race, I'm sure it's still going to be a very good race there. Looking at Spooling Dub, so he's currently sitting in first in qualifying here today. He qualified 9th last week and finished in 8th position, but he did have some trouble during the race, so I'm sure he is one that's going to be looking to improve here today. Other than that, in the top 10, we had GDB 0791 in 9th. Elking was in 10th place, and Elking has actually now moved up to Division 2. To replace him was supposed to be... I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Dissection 79, but oh yeah, there he is, so he did make it. So he is going to be replacing Elking in the Mercedes. Yeah, so Elking has moved up into Division 2, as I already said. Sorry for repeating myself there, but yeah, we're watching as Menace has just completed a lap. Let's see if there's anybody else that is on a hot lap right now. I think actually, yeah, Menace is still on his hot lap. He's actually posted a fastest second sector, and now just a couple more corners to go here. Turn 9, ooh, slowing down a lot for turn 9 there. This league, I did ask a few questions before the start of the race there, just to get a little bit of a better understanding and a better feel for this league, and there we go, Menace 114.9. So there's a really nice mix of people using different assists, Some people are only using racing line, some people are only using ABS, but most people are using one assist or maybe a couple of them. There was only a couple of people really that were using all of the assists available in this division, which is pretty much all of them, that you can use medium traction, ABS, and a racing line, but a lot of people only choose to use maybe one or two. So that is really impressive to see. A lot of them are trying to improve on their performances, and you know, from the 13 people that I managed to speak to before the start of the race, I got myself a little bit of statistics. We have a 10-3 division between using a wheel and using a controller. There's only 3 people out of the 13 that still use a controller, and 10 people who are using a wheel. A lot of them have only recently switched over to the wheel, and they're saying, you know, they're still trying to get to grips with it. It's definitely a little bit of a different feeling switching from a controller to a wheel. When I personally did it myself, it almost felt like I didn't know how to drive for another week or so after that. So I was really trying my best to get acquainted with it, and some of these drivers are doing the same. So really impressive though to see the quick progression of a lot of these drivers. I'm gonna be watching out for people like Soy Loco and Spooling Dub. He's shown a lot of potential pace, but just had you know, caught up himself in a few incidents in the last round. So I'm gonna be waiting for him to show us what he can really do possibly on this one. So let's use Disgruntled Muppet here as a good example of walking us through a lap of the Austrian Red Bull Ring here in Styria. Let's watch as he crosses the line right now on the side finish straight and up the hill into turn 1. You brake really late here, get good rotation normally in dry conditions, but right now Disgruntled Muppet is taking it really nice and smooth through turn 1, and now you're on the first normally DRS zone, running up the hill into turn 2 or turn 3 as the F1 track map really says it, but honestly, you know, we don't really count that little pivot to the left as any of the turns. So turn 3 there, hard right braking as you saw from the start of the Muppet, and now on another DRS straight down into turn 4, and this is where some real corners start to appear on this track. Finally, you've got a nice little right-hander there in turn 4, and Scarlet Muppet taking it really nice and smooth, not really risking the car, not throwing it in too much like I've seen a lot of drivers usually do in wet conditions. That's usually how they get the pace, but look at that, Disgruntled Muppet purple in sector 2. Very impressive there. So it looks like the smooth approach is working out for him. So he just went through 7 and 8, and now he's going to be going into turn 9, and only one more corner to go. Turn 10, cutting the chicane on the inside a little bit, but not really too much, and getting a good run out of that, and he is going to go up into 4th place with a 1:15.4, so pretty impressive lap there. Soy Loco has just started his hot lap. He's going into turn 1. He's taking it a little bit hotter than we saw the Disgruntled Muppet, throwing the car into the corner like I said before, and then using the slide of it to sort of correct yourself and put yourself back onto track. Running up now into turn 3, that's going to be a purple sector 1 from Soy Loco, the winner of the last week's Grand Prix. So currently sitting in 2nd place, not far off from Menace in 1st. I'm sure he would like to take away that pole position. Now on the run into turn 4, hard on the brakes, right-hander there, losing it a little bit and playing with the gears, not really sure which gear is going to be best for that corner as he runs through turn 6 now and turn 7. Nicely done through there. A little bit of a kink now coming up to turn 8. Another purple sector there from Soy Loco, doing a very nice and good job through this lap so far. Now only a couple of corners to go. It's going to be turn 9 and 10. Everybody on that wet tire so far, but now we've seen people coming out on an intermediate. We're seeing High Tower and Edeltonian and Space Cowboy coming out on intermediate tires. Soy Loco just about to cross the line now. Looks like he ran out of power and fuel possibly as well, so he's gonna stay 2nd, or maybe he slowed down on purpose, but there we go. GDB 0791 crossing the line with a 1:14.924, and that's gonna put him into provisional pole for now, but only by about 20 thousandths of a second. So let's take a look at some of these intermediate tires and see how they do. Edeltonian has just invalidated his outlap, but that's going to be fine. Starting out a hot lap any second here now. And let's see how he's going to do. He was 7th in France last week. He's currently sitting in 6th place with 27 points in this championship and after 2 rounds, as we're coming into round 3, but currently 11th on the grid in qualifying here today. So definitely a little bit more that he can improve on there. And I'm sure he will, but so far as he's running up the hill now from turn 2 and running down the hill into turn 4, hard on the brakes there, a little bit of a slidey car, but he's managing to keep it together, so possibly the intermediate tires might be good. Cake Thomas has just gone into 7th place with a 115.7 on that intermediate. I gotta say, definitely the rain looks like it's a little bit lighter than it was when we started the qualifying session, but it's not lighting up as much as I would like, or as much as most of the drivers would like here in qualifying today. Yellow flags ahead. Oh, that's Chunky Corgi has gone off and had a moment and almost got into the way of a Daltonian, but he's managing to keep it all together here as he's coming through turn 10 now. A little bit slow out of that corner, wrong gear, a little bit of a higher gear to try and keep it all together. He's going to be in 9th place, so improving, but not by much, as Hightower jumps into 3rd place with a 114.8. Very nicely done there from Hightower, and that was on a intermediate tire. And Space Cowboy 114.1 now with an intermediate tire as well, so definitely the intermediate tire seems to be getting some more pace here today. And Spooling Dub on his outlap, letting some people through, doing a very good job at that, letting the Alpha and the Red Bull get through before he's gonna go and get himself readied up for this lap. But Cake Thomas is out there on another brand new set of intermediate tires, and he's going to be trying to improve from his current 11th place. 11th is definitely not where he wants to be. After the last couple of Grand Prix, he finished 1st and 2nd in the first 2 rounds, and now sitting in 2nd place with 40 points to his name. So you would definitely, or sorry, he was 2nd in the first race as well. So he's got 2 second places so far. But I'm sure he's really wants that win, really hunting it down. About to start his hot lap. Let's ride on board with him for a couple of turns here as I catch a couple of breaths. So Cake Thomas so far was purple in Sector 1, about to come to the end of Sector 2 here in just a moment. Let's see if he's going to be purple there as well. It is another purple, and by quite a bit. He's improved by almost 2 seconds on his previous lap, which would put him definitely up into 1st place just that sector alone, and he was purple in both. So let's see if he can keep that chain of purple sectors going. Is this going to be a purple lap? Is this going to be pole position for Cake Thomas, as he's going to be crossing the line here in just a moment? Let's see if he can keep it up. It is. It's 113.1. Very nice gain of over 2 seconds from his previous time. Edotonian has just crossed the line and jumped himself into 2nd place. Hightower is crossing right now. He's going to be, starting out a lap right now. But he's currently sitting in 4th place with a 114.1. So he's only a couple of tenths away from being at least in the top 3 or so. But that 113.1 from Cake Thomas, that is absolutely incredible from him. And who is that right on the back of Cake Thomas? I'm not really sure, or Hightower, sorry. So let's keep on watching here with Hightower as he's on an intermediate tire that's 3 laps old, and he's running right now into turn 4. I haven't seen, and that's an off there from Hightower onto the gravel, and Greer just got a 5 place grid penalty for a collision. Wow, that is a little bit unexpected, but that is a lap over there for Hightower. Impressive there in the dying moments of qualifying with a 112.4. That is 7 tenths quicker than Cake Thomas. That is a whopper of a lap. That is absolutely incredible. Cake Thomas went for a second lap there, but did not quite make it work. Forza has just jumped up into third place with a 113.4. Spooling Dub currently sitting in fourth place with a 113.5 as he crosses the line to finish off qualifying here. Disgruntled Muppet is still on the lap. No, he's going to be going into the pits. The Garrus Vac has invalidated his lap. Edeltonian is on the lap right now, and he is one of only a few more people that can possibly knock off Soy Loco or Cake Thomas from the front row here ahead of the Austrian Grand Prix for round 3 of Division 3 of Midwest F1. And again, if you guys are joined up and watching the stream, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm sorry you have to listen to me all the time because I could not find another co-commentator for tonight's race. I will try to do that again for next week. But I am super excited to be here. Really happy that I've been invited to do this once again. I really enjoyed myself last week, and I'm really excited ahead of this one as Edeltonian now goes around the last quarter. He's going to be crossing the line in the second. Oh, and he's run out of fuel, and he's only going to be ninth. So I think he might have invalidated the first lap, and that probably ruined the run for him, but it looks like Soy Loco is going to have another pole position here with Cake Thomas starting on the front row in second place, Space Cowboy in third, GDB in fourth, Forza in fifth, Spooling Dub in sixth, Disgruntled Muppet in seventh, and I will run through the rest of the grid when we get there. If you guys are watching, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also subscribe to Midwest channel and check out their website and their merch and everything else like that. I'm sure, I know they do a lot of that. But ahead of Austria here, as we're about to go into the race, Soy Loco is going to be on pole with Cake Thomas in second place, Space Cowboy and GDB on the second row, Forza and Spooling Dub in fifth and sixth, Disgruntled Muppet and the Garrus Vac in 7th and 8th. We have Edeltonian in 9th, Hightower in 10th, Dissection in 11th, Money Matt in 12th, Menace in 13th, Joe Fishing in 14th, Chunky Corgi in 15th, Smith Bell in 16th, A78 Corvette in 17th place, Racing Ginger in 18th, and Greer J61 in 19th, and a 5th position Grid Bounty, which will not affect him because he's already starting at the back of the grid. Alright, I see some comments coming in. A shout out to Chunky Corgi. Alright, well, good luck, Chunky Corgi. You've got some fans in the stream here tonight, so maybe, hopefully that will help you out there. But keep your comments coming in and let me know who you guys are, cheering for and rooting for here tonight. Any friends or any family that might be watching their drivers here tonight. I know, my kids and my wife sometimes watch me, so yeah, keep those comments coming in, and also let me know maybe your predictions for the podium finishers or for the race in general. If you think there's going to be major incidents, is there going to be possibly a clearing in this weather, as we're seeing that the race is going to be starting with some light rain as it looks. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are we going to have a bunch of safety cars? What else can we expect in this race? And yeah, thanks again to everybody who's watching right now. I see Daniel Tello, the King Mills, and Joe Gross saying, what's up, good evening, thanks for doing the commentating. I really love it, and thanks again for having me along here tonight. I wish I had a co-commentator. That would have been a little bit nicer, because it's nice to have that back and forth. But with all the action that we saw in France last week, I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to talk about here tonight. So it looks like everybody has picked their strategies for this race. Unfortunately, I don't get a forecast. I don't know if it's going to clear up. I don't know if we're starting on intermediates or wets or anything else like that. But I'm sure all of our drivers have decided what they're going to be doing for this race. Picked their fuel strategies, their tire strategies, and everything else like that. Maybe making some last minute tweaks on the front wing. But let's get ready for this one. Again, this is going to be round 3 of Division 3 of Midwest F1, and it's going to be here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Styria in Austria. We're just waiting for everybody to load up in just a few moments, and we should get going here for the formation lap. Good time for me, I guess, to run through the driver standings again. So Soy Loco in first place right now with Cake Thomas chasing it down very closely with 43 and 40 points each. Disgruntled Bumpet in third with 30 points. Smith Bell very close behind with 29 in fourth, actually tied with Elking, who is being replaced by Dissection 79. Elking has moved up, as I mentioned, to Division 2. And then we've got Adeltonian with 27 points in sixth place. Detail 86 tied with Get It to Win It, who's also moved up to Division 2. They're tied on 26 points. Hightower in ninth with 24. The Vac in 10th place with 22 points. And then we have Mahi Mahi and Racing Ginger tied for 11th with 18 points. Joe Fishing in 13th with 17. Spooling Dub. Who is this? I cannot read the name. Oh, GDB, Good Guy Greg, Space Cowboy, Fedmania, Money Matt, Menace. All of those drivers have points all the way down to 20th place. And then we've even got some reserves with points. Knuckles 89 with 3 points to his name, and Dissection 79 with 1 point to his name. So that's pretty exciting here. I have a feeling we might have a restart of this lobby. Let's see what's going on here, because I'm still waiting for the drivers to load up, and nothing seems to be happening here. And of course, we know that Codemasters likes to throw in an occasional glitch here and there at the start of the race, either when it lines you up on the grid, or right before the lights come on, or the lights come on and then they go off and then the race doesn't start. Things like that. Alright, well, bear with us, guys. I really appreciate you guys waiting for this. Unfortunately, nothing I can really do, so I just hope we figured this out. I'm not sure if we're going to have a restart of the lobby or what we're going to have to do here, but give me a couple of seconds here. I'll be right back with you. Alright, let's use this time to also run you through the Constructors Championship standings at the moment. After 2 rounds, Alfa Romeo is leading in first place with 67 points. Ferrari in second with 57 points. Mercedes in third with 55 points. We have McLaren F1 also tied for third place with 55 points. We also have Williams F1 in fifth with 47. Red Bull Racing in sixth with 38. AlphaTauri in 7th with 36 points, Renault in 8th place with 19, Racing Point in 9th with 18 points, and Haas in 10th place with 16 points to their name. So I really like this point scoring system in this particular league, because everybody down to 20th place gets at least a point of some sort, which is really, really nice. They still have decent gaps between, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, so that allows for the competition and the championship to gain a little bit of momentum, and a competition between the drivers definitely is still there. But also, it encourages people to actually finish the race. So drivers don't retire when they're having a bad race. They make it until the end. They, struggle and persevere, but it ends up paying off, because those who DNF, they're pretty much giving away free points to the rest of them. So the more drivers finish the race, the more score, and the more are going to be able to get some points. So that's why all of the teams after 2 rounds have points on the board, which is really nice. Let's check out the comments that I see coming in here. So it looks like Chunky Corgi, lobby is glitching. Yep. So the 2 drivers for the Alfa Romeo that are at the top are Soy Loco and Hightower 1984. Oh, there we go. So Racing Ginger has left the race, and I think that has cleared it up. Now there's a few other drivers who are leaving the lobby, but they should be rejoining. Oh, Cake Thomas is now left as well. So do we have a restart? Are we gonna have a different lobby? Should I check that out? Or let me see here. Okay, so I'm not really sure what's going on right now. Whether we're gonna have a restart of this lobby. Yeah, there we go. So we've just been kicked out of that session because the session no longer exists, which means we're going to have a restart of the race. But bear with me, guys. I'm sure they're gonna do this pretty quickly. As soon as I have the invite, I will jump over there. And yeah, we're just waiting for a new invite. But yeah, as I was saying there, I really like the point scoring system because everybody gets to score points, everybody tries to finish the race or make it as far as they can, and yeah, that should be a good situation here tonight as well. So I'm just going to get out of that lobby because I was pretty much the only one left in there, and we are going to wait for a new invite. The only thing that is kind of sucky a little bit is the fact that I'm gonna have to go to a blue screen to get a new invite. So I'm gonna wait until I actually know that the invites are out, and then I'll switch over there. But yeah, thanks to everybody who's watching. 11 people are watching right now. Thank you guys so much. Leave me a like, subscribe to my channel if you guys enjoy my commentary. I really enjoyed this particular league, F1 Midwest F1, and this Division 3, as I said, with a nice little mix of different skill levels. Most of the drivers seem to be like it's their first league or maybe their second league experience on F1 2020. Most of the drivers also said that they've only been playing F1 games for a few years, for a couple of years in some cases. A couple of drivers actually said that this is the first F1 game or maybe the second F1 game after F1 2019 that they've played, and this is their first league experience in the competitive setting that they're going into, but they're still doing quite well regardless. So I'm really excited to see how this league and how this division is going to play out and how they're going to develop. But yeah, look at all these comments coming in as well. They're saying that they're starting the race. Yes, that's correct, from Joaquin Nolasco. Thank you. Miles is saying nice to have the drivers in the comment section. Yes, that is very nice, and keep those comments coming in, guys. I really enjoy reading those. I'll try to enjoy them whenever I can. Looks like there's a lot of fans of Chunky Corgi, so Chunky Corgi, good luck. I mean, good stuff on having all of your friends and family possibly watching. So that is really cool. I think I got the invite here. I'm going to jump over into the new lobby, and I really hope that this time it's going to work and that this time we'll be able to start this race. Alrighty, so now I'm not able to join the session, which is definitely not good. It might mean that I need to restart my game. Oh no, that session no longer exists either. Okay, let's wait for another invite. Should be getting an invite here in a second. So sorry about this, guys, but we'll be back in the lobby and in the race here in a few moments. I'm just waiting for another invite to come my way. Alright, give me a couple of seconds. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, let's hope that this invite is gonna work. Yes, it does, and we are back in the lobby, and we have all 19 drivers here already, and should be all set to go then. Chunky Corgi and Dissection still need to pick their cars, but yeah, that was a pretty quick restart there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for bearing with us through this technical difficulty. As I said, Codemasters, as you all know, or those of you who play the games, you know that Codemasters like to throw in a little bit of a nice little glitch here and there, especially when it comes to race starts, freezing up at the line, freezing up at the formation lap, and today we also saw freezing up right after strategy pick, so that was exciting. But now we are back in a lobby with 19 drivers who are all here. Most of them have picked their cars except for Dissection 79, and we should be getting going in a second here. Chunky Corgi, I'm pretty sure he is also a reserve driver here tonight. There should have been somebody else in the Mercedes, and if I check my list it should be Detail 86, but I'm pretty sure that I saw Detail here tonight. No, so Detail is not here tonight, and that's why we have Chunky Corgi filling in for Detail. So let's see how Chunky Corgi is gonna do. Let's see how Soy Loco is gonna do. He's on pole position once again after a win last time around in France in round 2. He is now starting on the front row, on the front spot of the front row here in round 3 at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. And last time around we had a little bit of a rainy situation to start the race, but we are going to be starting with dynamic weather in this one, so it could possibly go anyway. Alright, I'm just checking the chat here to see if there's anything else that we're waiting for, because I think we should be getting going any second. It'd be nice to get this race going finally. I got excited for it and then we got stuck. And there we go, the drivers are starting to go ready now. No more practice, no qualifying, 50% race distance, so we're gonna do 36 laps, one of the longest Grand Prix in terms of laps that we have to do on 50% races, and that's because the lap itself is very short, only 4.3 kilometers or 2.6 miles in total. So very quick around here as well with the track layout. The modern F1 2020 cars do this one in under a minute or so, yeah, or around a minute. The race lap record right now is showing 107.4 from Landon Norris, but that doesn't sound right. I feel like they maybe went a little bit quicker there. I'm sure the actual F1 2020 game cars can go a little bit quicker around here, so we'll see what sort of times we're gonna get. We might have another wet race, we might have a dry race, we don't really know. Let's take a look when we get loaded up and we will see what we get here for round 3 of Division 3 of Midwest F1. Thank you guys everyone for joining up to the stream and bearing with us through the technical difficulties that we've had. Keep those comments coming in. I'm really loving that from Miles and Joe and Joaquim and Mohammed and Geraldo and everybody else, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for those comments. Let me know your predictions for the races. I said before, are we going to see some rain? Are we going to see some safety cars? Are you see incidents? What is going to happen? Let's speculate together. Alright, so we joined the racetrack once again, and it's pretty gray once again. It is looking like it might be a little bit of a dynamic situation of weather here. We might be going into rain later on in the race, or it might go the other way and clear up from this foggy situation, but it definitely looks a bit gray and foggy, so we never know. Let's take a look and we will see. We should be getting going on the way here this time around, hopefully. I'm hoping we're not going to have any more glitches or anything else that Codemasters is going to do. Alrighty, yeah, there we go. So we've got the formation lap is about to start here in a second, and there we go onto our formation lap. So let's take a look at tires that our drivers have decided to go for. Of course, because of the wet qualifying, it means that you can use whatever tires you want for the start of the race. So most of the grid is going to be starting on the soft tire, with the exception of Forza in 5th place on a medium tire, and Chunky Corgi in 15th place on a hard tire, and Racing Ginger on the medium tire in 18th place. Other than that, everyone else is going to be on that soft tire to start off this race, with Soy Loco leading the group on first position on pole, with Cake Thomas in second, Space Cowboy in third, GDB 07 in fourth. We also have Forza in fifth, Spooling Dub in sixth, Disgruntled Bumpet in seventh, the Garrus Vac in eighth, Elitonian in ninth, Hightower in 10th, Dissection 79 in 11th, Money Mad in 12th, Menace in 13th, Joe Fishing in 14th, Chunky in 15th, Smith Bell in 16th, A78 Corvette in 17th, Racing Ginger and Greer in the 2 Racing Points round out the grid in 18th and 19th place. So this time we did get on our way. We are actually about to finish off the formation lap here, and we should be getting this race started in a few moments. And this is BLIN-MACHINE again, commentating for the second time around on Midwest F1 Division 3. I really loved it last week, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna have in this one today in Austria. So thanks everybody who is watching. Let's get ready for this race. Alright, so we're all lined up on the grid now. Let's hope the lights are going to come on, and there they go. 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on. And we go racing for round 3 here in Austria, and we're watching on board for Forza Juve as he's trying to get a good start here. Oh, and making a big contact there with GDB07, and he's already missing a piece of his front wing. Space Cowboy is trying to catch up to Cake Thomas and Soy Loco, who are in first and second. I know the graphics are a little bit messed up right now, as Codemaster is trying its hardest to mess up this stream for me tonight, but we're not going to give in. There we go, first and second for Soy Loco and Cake Thomas. Space Cowboy 4/10 of a second behind. Let's see there looks to be a little bit of a battle going on between Edeltonian and the Garrus Vac for 7th place. Garrus Vac is ahead by now, and he is defending the inside as Pulling Double Locks up there in 6th place as he's trying to attack on Forza Juve. Menace and Hightower side by side as they're coming in through turn 6 and 7 there. It looks like they're missing a little bit of their front wing as well. We have a sector 2 yellow flag. It looks like is that Manimat or Menace? No, that's Menace who had a moment, and he's missing a bit of his front wing as well now. And we've got yellow flag again in the 3rd sector. Oh, that looks to be Dissection. Dissection is off the track, and Edeltonian is also off the track. I'm not sure what happened there between the two of them, but we have a virtual safety car on lap 1. Edeltonian is missing all of his front wing. That is pretty crazy. I didn't unfortunately see what happened there, but looking at position changes, it looks like Edeltonian and this Dissection and Forza have really lost out on that one. They're all into the pits right now. 3 more people into the pits as well. A lot of people going to change their front wings and such, but a lot of people at the front here are gaining positions pretty quickly. I know, again, the graphics are being a little bit messed up right now. Soy Loco is actually still ahead, still in first place, but in a second we will see it change to the normal situation as it actually is on track here. So VSC on lap 1, Smith Bell drive-through penalty for speeding onto the VSC. So a lot going on here already on lap 1. And as we see it now, Soy Loco is now restarted the race. Cake Thomas still behind them in 2nd place. Space Cowboy in 3rd, chasing them down, but not as close as Cake Thomas is to Soy Loco. And GDB07 right on the back of Space Cowboy there as well, as they're about to start a lap 3 of this race. DRS has been enabled now, as we only had a virtual safety car. We did not have a full safety car. And now looking at the position changes, it looks like, yeah, Edeltonian, Dissection, and Forza have lost a lot of positions. And the gainers were Greer, Chunky Corgi, and Money Matt. Those guys have jumped quite a few positions, so that is a good job from them. Now back to the action on track here. Let's take a look at some of the battles going on. GDB and Space Cowboy still trying to catch up. He's got DRS now. now. Ooh, this is a huge catch-up. Oh, and then just smashing on the brakes there a little bit earlier before the corner, and not going to be enough for GDB to make a move on that particular occasion, so we're gonna have to wait for that one. Let's take a look at Racing Ginger here, who rose up quite a few positions from the back of the grid as well, and it looks like, yeah, my graphic is still all messed up because it's saying they're only 3/10 away from Greer, but that is not correct, and Greer is showing that he's 1 lap down. I'm not really sure if that is the correct graphic as well. But let's go back here to the front and let's watch. Oh, as Cake Thomas is now posted a fastest lap and closing up right to the back of Soy Loco. This track has 3 DRS zones. We've just had the first one on the start-finish straight. The second one here is between turns 1 and 3. This second corner isn't really a corner. I'm not sure why they call it turn 2, but this would be the normal turn 2, but it's actually turn 3. Cake Thomas, and then on the exit of turn 3, you've also got another DRS zone to close up, but Soy Loco getting a really huge exit out of that corner and still staying ahead of Cake Thomas for now in first and second place. Spooling Dub now joining this party in the fight for third place between Space Cowboy, GDB, and himself now. This will be nice to see if he can catch up to them and join up in this fight. So Edeltonian and Dissection really down right now after they had that incident on lap 1. Now Dissection, you just saw him cutting that corner on turn 1, getting a penalty of 3 seconds already, and we've actually got about 6 or 7 people with penalties to their name just on lap 5 of 36. So again, I think these drivers are pushing a little bit too hard. They might have to tone it down and go for the long game here. Menace is now closing up to A78 Corvette. Oh, and they make contact. Oh, and more contact now between the two of them. Oh my gosh, that was a little bit messy. They're pretty lucky to come out of that one with no damage. So very impressive. It looks like GDB has just overtaken Space Cowboy, or not quite. They're still side by side. Space Cowboy not coming back at GDB with DRS enabled. Let's see how this is going to turn out into turn 4. Space Cowboy down the inside. GDB trying to go for the switchback. Not going to happen on this one. And Space Cowboy back into third place. So GDB only went up into the podium for a very brief moment. The Space Cowboy already has a penalty to their name, so that is not going to help them out. Spooling Dub is now trying to close up on GDB. He was within a couple of tenths there, but then didn't have a good run for turn 10, and now on the start finish straight up the hill into turn 1, trying to close up again, but again not just close enough there. But a good exit out of turn 2 and out of turn 1 now, and up into turn 2, gaining more and more on GDB and on Space Cowboy as well. Oh, a little bit of a lockup there. Almost made contact with the back of GDB's car. It seems like GDB is braking a little bit earlier than Spooling Dub is anticipating, and that is creating these situations. But here comes GDB on Space Cowboy. Super dive the inside. Oh, and now damage for Space Cowboy as they were trying to go for the switchback and touching the back wheel of GDB and got damage on the front wing now, so that is not going to help out Space Cowboy in tonight's race. In fourth place at the moment with a penalty to his name, and now also has to pit and change his front wing. That is gonna be not very good. Spooling Dub right on the back of Space Cowboy, who goes wide now on the exit of turn 9 and into turn 10, a little bit wobbly as well. I think that front wing is starting to affect the way Space Cowboy is driving now, and Spooling Dub might be in for a chance to overtake here in just a moment. Cake Thomas within 8/10 of Soy Loco, and Soy Loco very comfortable right now, seems very confident in his drive as well, just pulling ahead. Not quite able to pull out of the DRS 1 second, but he's doing the best he can right now and still controlling the race from the front. Space Cowboy now lining up for a move on GDB into turn 4. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. They went side by. Oh, and another touch now. Space Cowboy half spin, controls the car, puts it back on track, but now Spooling Dub was thinking about getting in there, but didn't have quite enough space, or maybe he was trying to keep back to not get collected by that situation. But there he goes now, trying to overtake on Space Cowboy, and he does it, and he's up into 4th place, and GDB is up into 3rd. So that was a very quick little, very quick exchange of positions, and also a very dangerous little situation that ended up happening there. I think GDB has his overtake stuck on. He forgot to turn it off, and he is wasting a lot of his battery power. Alright, let's move a little bit back here. Let's see what's going on here between Dissection and A78 Corvette. So Dissection started a little bit higher than where he is right now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was in 11th place and now running in 16th place. Edeltonian was in 9th and now running in 17th. So they've dropped quite a few positions at the start. Did not have a very good start there. We've had quite a few people who have stopped. Joe has had to stop twice already, so that is a little bit unfortunate for him as well. And let's take a look at the tire situations right now. So Chunky, he started on the hard tire. He's now in 9th place and doing a pretty good job making that hard tire work. It looks like he's lining up a move on Monument there, or at least he was for a second, and then didn't quite work out for him, unfortunately. So we will have to wait and see how high can Chunky Corgi make it in tonight's race on that hard tire. He's definitely going to overtake a lot of people when they pit, and we're already on lap 9, and the leaders are still out there on those soft tires, but they're not going to be able to hold on to those soft tires for too much longer. They're definitely going to be thinking about diving into the pits for their first pit stop here tonight. Not sure if people are going to go for a 1-stop or a 2-stop, but it's a long race. 36 laps is quite a bit. Even around Austria, it still takes a toll on your tires. So we will, it's going to be very interesting, and I'm curious to see if there's going to be anybody that's going to play a very interesting strategy and will make it work. Soy Loco played a 2-stop strategy in last night's race. Oh, and Dissection has just crashed out, it looks like. Dissection is out of this race. There he is in the, yeah, he was out in the wall there in the safety car. A safety car is out. So now we're going to be watching our leaders. Soy Loco is rounding up into, almost into the entry to the pit. Is he going to go into the pits here? This would be a really nice time to pit, and absolutely he is. Cake Thomas. Oh, Cake Thomas! They're going for a little bit of a fake, I guess. Not sure what that was all about, but GDB had to run the curb as well to get in there. Space Cowboy, everybody's coming into the pits. Of course, this is a great time for everyone to pit, but this is also a great time for Chunky Corgi to now overtake everybody who's pitted. He doesn't need to pit. He's only done 10 laps on those hard tires. He can go probably for another 10 or 15 laps more. Oh, but is he going to come in? No, he's not. Definitely not. There we go, Chunky Corgi. Good job. Very nice call. Keep on going on the hard tire. Let's see what he can do. But he wasn't going quick enough there, of course, with the delta that he has to respect. So he's only going to gain a few positions here right now. It looks like he's going to be in about 4th or 5th. Yeah, he's going to be in 5th place, right behind GDB, right in front of Spooling Dub on a really nice strategy. And looking at the tires that Soy Loco and Cake Thomas and everybody else went for, it looks like they're going for a 1-stop with a hard tire, but that's going to be quite difficult. Let's take a look and see how that's going to work out for them. Alrighty, so yeah, safety car came out on lap 9. And we are now under safety car conditions. Let's take a look at everybody who stopped. So there's still a few people who did not stop in this race. And that's going to be the Garrus Vac currently sitting in 2nd place. Chunky Corgi in 5th. Greer J61 in 7th place. Has not stopped yet either. Racing Ginger and the A78 Corvette. All of those people have now made their stops. But other than that, everybody else has made a stop under the safety car, or otherwise in the race before. Edeltonian and Joe Fishing have made 2 stops each. So has Forza, who started 5th in this race and now down in 14th place. So some people really gained a few positions from the start and then from the safety car situation, whereas I feel like others like Edeltonian and An A78 Corvette and Forza have not really gained anything at all here tonight, and that is going to be very unfortunate for him. Dissection, of course, really unfortunate as well with the DNF. I couldn't see exactly what happened to him, but he was out in the wall somewhere at the end of the first sector. So yeah, very unfortunate there to have a DNF, but that means that everybody else who finishes is going to get more points here today. Of course, with that point structure where everybody scores points until 20th place, who gets just the 1 point. But that means that Joe Fishing, if he even finishes where he is right now in 18th, that's going to be 3 points to his name. That is not too shabby for a for an afternoon. Alright, so I'm just watching as Cake Thomas here is currently running in 3rd place. He has pitted and put on a set of hard tires. And so has GDB, so has Chunky. Well, Chunky hasn't pitted yet, so he's still on that hard tire as well. Space Cowboy put on a hard tire, but Disgruntled Muppet has decided to go for a soft. Spooling Dub has decided to go for a medium. Money Matt went for a hard tire. Forza, Greer, and I think, yeah, and Edeltonian have all gone for a soft tire on their stop. So that's going to be very, very interesting mix of strategies here, especially for this stint. And that might make a few changes on the grid in terms of positions, like Gareth Vac on this old soft tire. I mean, not sure why he's still staying out there. I would be pitting probably on this particular lap, but he's not gone in. He's continuing on. So he's probably going to lose out a few positions unless he's really kept those soft tires in absolute pristine condition for 11 laps, and he's going to be able to start attacking again. But I think that is going to be it's not going to be the case. So let's wait and see. Okay, so who else here might be putting on a move? So Chunky Corgi now in 5th place on a little bit of an older hard tire than the guys around him, and Spooling down behind him on a medium tire. So he's definitely going to have to fight off a few drivers here if he wants to hold on to that 5th place. And safety car will be coming in on this lap. So let's get ourselves situated here towards the front so we can see the restart, and we'll see what's going to happen here, if anybody's going to make any big moves, because we all know a restart after a safety car, that's exactly when people make the big moves. And it's a nice little reset on lap 10 that we had it come out. Now we're on lap 12 of 36, so we're 1/3 through this race, and we're about to get restarted here in just a second. 5-second penalty for Money Matt for a collision with Forza, so that's going to affect his race a little bit. If he decides to pit again, he will serve it in the pits, or he will have those 5 seconds added to his race time. It looks like Soy Loco has decided to go now right at the exit of turn 10, and here we go again. Cake Thomas and the Gareth Vac have kept up with him, but GDB 07 has dropped back a bit. So has Chunky. He is way back, and he's got Spooling Dub right alongside him as they come in through turn 1, and he goes a little bit wide. It looks like Spooling Dub is going to have a pretty good run here. Cake Thomas is lining up a run on Gareth Vac up into turn 2 as well. Oh, not going to be close enough on that particular occasion. Chunky Corgi has not been able to fight off Spooling Dub, so Spooling Dub moves up into 5th place on that medium tire. Chunky Corgi down into 6th. Cake Thomas now really lining up a move on Gareth Vac as they come into turn 4. He's going to overtake around the outside. The Gareth Vac tries to take the inside line, but not going to be enough to fight him off. And yeah, Gareth Vac is definitely struggling on those old soft tires, as where everybody else around him has pitted under that safety car, and they have a little bit of a tire advantage right now, even if they're on a harder tire like GDB is right now. Look how much time he's gaining even through the corners on Gareth Vac. He's going to be coming alongside him into turn 9. That's a dangerous place to go alongside somebody, but the Gareth Vac gives him enough space and goes a little bit wide on the exit as well to lose a bit more time, and that's going to be another position down for him. He's down into 4th place, and GDB moves up back into the podium positions into 3rd with Cake Thomas in 2nd. Soy Loco 1.8 seconds clear in 1st place. Looks like Kate Thomas did not get a good exit out of turn 2. We have another yellow flag in sector 1. Was that Joe? Was that Smith? Or was that 78 Corvette? I'm not exactly sure. Edeltonian is trying to move up here on Monument. There's also a battle in front of them between Forza and Menace. Forza moves up a position up into 10th place and overtakes Menace up into turn 2. Here comes Edeltonian with ERS and overtake turned on. He's coming around Monument, around the outside into turn 4. Is this going to work out for him? Let's see here. Not quite. It looks like Monument is still defending the inside line there and doing a pretty good job of that. Soy Loco gets a 3-second time penalty, so that might affect him if Cake Thomas can keep within 3 seconds. Look at this. They're side by side again. Monument and Edeltonian through turns 8 and 7 there. And Monument still stays ahead. Edeltonian not able to catch up now, lifting off there before he comes on into turn 9. I think you don't really need to do that. Yeah, losing a bit of time there, unfortunately, and Monument is now pulling ahead. It looks like Gareth Vac and Forza, somebody's going in. So yeah, Gareth Vac has finally gone into the pits, and that's going to lose him a huge amount of time as Disgruntled Muppet now is moving up on Chunky Corgi for another position loss, unfortunately, to Chunky Corgi, moving down to 6th place now. And yeah, all of the other... Oh no! And now, big crash there between Space Cowboy and I think it was... Chunky Corgi, but Chunky Corgi managed to get out of it pretty unharmed, whereas Space Cowboy is missing all of their front wing. That is gonna hurt, and that is gonna bring on another safety car. Wow. So we just finished a safety car a couple of laps ago, a drive-through penalty for Greer for speeding under the safety car, and we are back on the safety car conditions. Look at all these penalties to everybody's names as well. So a little bit of a messy race here today. Just looking at it, Soy Loco with 3 seconds, Hightower with 3 seconds, Forza with 10 seconds, Menace with 3, Money Matt with 5, Racing Ginger with 3 seconds, Smith Pell with 5 seconds, Space Cowboy 9 seconds, drive through for Greer, Gareth Fack with 3, Joe Fishing with 3 seconds as well, and another 5-second penalty for Forza now for speeding into the pit lane. Wow, that is a lot of penalties for a lot of people. And a lot of people in the pit. Space Cowboy, Smith Bell, Racing Ginger, Chunky Corgi, Menace, Forza, all of them coming into the pits. Ooh, a ghosted rejoin there in the pit lane. That would have been an unsafe release normally if that was in real life. But luckily, we got a ghosted car there. But right now, as we look at the front again, it's going to be Soy Loco, Cake Thomas, and GDB in the top 3 positions. Spooling up in the 4th, Disgruntled Muppet in 5th, Money Matt in 6th, Edeltonian in 7th, Hightower in 8th, A78 Corvette in 9th, Gareth Vac, even after that pit stop, is now still in 10th place because of the safety car. Sort of worked out to his advantage in a little bit there, but... yeah, that safety car, it looks like it was brought on by that incident between Space Cowboy and I think it was the Gareth Vac, or no, sorry, Chunky Corgi. Yeah, the two of them sort of rubbed wheels and side pods together, and then it got a little bit ugly for Space Cowboy. They got spit out and into the wall. Alright, so since we're on the safety car once again, just want to thank everybody who's watching and everybody who's sending in their comments. Thank you guys so much. I definitely appreciate it, keeping me company here, as I do not have a co-commentator for today, so I do have to do a lot of talking. I'm actually going to take a couple of moments here, just to take a few breaths as we're on the safety car conditions. Alright, so I'm back here, and it's Blin, and we are in Midwest F1 with Division 3 and round 3 here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg Styria at Austria. So, if you guys have just joined, or if you forgot, this is the second safety car that we've had in this race. It was a little bit of a messy start that brought out a safety car, and now we've had a little bit of an incident between Chunky Corgi and Space Cowboy that brought out the second safety car that is now on the second lap of it being out on track. Hopefully it will be coming back in either on this lap, or it might go for another lap and we'll be back on the racing conditions once again. But so far tonight, it's been Soy Loco pretty much dominating the field out in front, stealing pole position once again like he did last week at France at the very dying moments of qualifying, and then getting onto a pretty good start and pretty much, you know, running away with it from then. I'm sure he's not very happy with the second safety car because he was pulling out some time on Cake Thomas, who's finally getting out of his DRS zone, and now he's gonna have to do all of that work once again. Cake Thomas has been really putting on some pressure on Soy Loco throughout today's race. He's not far away. He's on the exact same strategy, so we know that this is a battle that's gonna go pretty much to the finish line here tonight. So I am very excited to see how that's all gonna play out. GDB in third place, gained that place after a lot of battle that he's had to do here tonight, so he's doing a very good job. Spooling Dub right now in fourth, Money Matt in fifth, Eltonian in sixth after a massive incident that he's had at the start of the race, so good job of making up some positions there. Hightower in 7th place. We have A78 Corvette in 8th, Garrisvac in 9th, Forza in 10th, Menace in 11th, Racing Ginger in 12th, Chunky Corgi in 13th, Smith Bell in 14th, Space Cowboy in 15th, Disgruntled Muppet in 16th, Greer in 17th, and Joe Fishing in 18th. Dissection is our only DNF of tonight, and the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. On the last restart, Soy Loco got an amazing restart. Cake Thomas was pretty close to him, but GDB, and at that time it was Space Cowboy, they were very far away from the rest of the grid. So let's see if the rest of them can keep up with Soy Loco and Cake Thomas a little bit better this time around on this restart, or maybe it's just Soy Loco has the skill necessary to pull off really nice restarts every time. I know a lot of drivers are really good at doing that. So let's see here if we're gonna get restarted. Yeah, looks like Soy Loco is pushing on the gas pedal now, and we are gonna go back to green conditions here as soon as he crosses that start finish line, and there he goes, and Cake Thomas stays with him again. GDB drops a little bit back, just like you know, all of the other guys have done on the restart so far, but Spooling Dub is also very far back on GDB. Money Matt is far back as well. Daltonian is trying to make a move on Money Matt now into turn 2. Let's see if this is going to work out. Up into turn 3 they come. A little bit of a touch there, it looked like, from Money Matt, but it looks like Daltonian is going to take that 5th position away from him there. And Cake Thomas is losing a bit of time there. 7/10s down now already on Soy Loco. GDB is already a second outside of Cake Thomas, so he's outside of that DRS zone. Unfortunately, Hightower now is thinking about making a move on Money Matt there. He was thinking of going down the inside into turn 6, but that did not work out for him. Had to back out of it. Lost a bit of time. Is gonna have to close that up again. Menace moving out of position on Forza there, and then looks like Garrisvac has just overtaken Menace as well. Menace is now trying to re-overtake the Garrisvac. We have another yellow flag again. It's Disgruntled Muppet and Smith Pell who have had an incident. Smith Pell is in the wall. It doesn't seem like he has too much damage because his front wing seems to be intact for now, but he's gonna have to take that really long escape road to try and get back on here. Hightower gets a 3-second time penalty. No safety car or virtual safety car for this incident. Space Cowboy now looks like my graphic is incorrect, but it was looking like he was going to make a move on somebody there. Hightower still trying to make a move on Money Matt, but not quite close enough just yet. Cake Thomas closing up some time on Soy Loco now within half a second. Another yellow flag in Sector 3. I don't see anybody there, but everything is back to normal now with green flags all around, and we are back to racing. No, another yellow in Sector 3. Not really sure what's going on there. Maybe there might be debris on the track. I've actually had the experience of a safety car coming out with debris on track only one time, so that was very exciting. But so far, Soy Loco still in first place with Cake Thomas in second. We're watching as Hightowers trying to close up to Money Matt. They've been battling each other for the last couple of laps here, still going at it. It looks like there's more battling here with Chunky Corgi and Forza. Chunky Corgi overtakes Forza for 11th place as Forza is actually going into the pits now. And now Space Cowboy and Garrus Vac here battling it out. Space Cowboy going down the inside into turn 1. And that might work out for him here with DRS enabled already after the restart. Going around the outside now up the hill through turn 2 and up into turn 3. Let's see if that's going to work out. Garrus Vac dropping back, giving the space to Space Cowboy. And he's not going to fight that one too hard. And that is Space Cowboy moving up into 9th place. Oh, High Towers just made a little bit of contact with Moneyman and then contact with the wall. He's missing a piece of his front wing. He's not going wide, touching the grass. That is not helping him out at all. Now Menace has just overtaken High Tower up into 7th place. And now he's going to be overtaken, it looks like, by Space Cowboy as well. We're still getting yellow flags in Sector 3, which is just a glitch now. And, oh, there we go. A Space Cowboy overtaking High Tower as High Tower goes wide with that damage. He's going to be going into the pits here in just a second. Alright, so Space Cowboy making up quite a few positions very, very quickly here and maximizing his chance on all of the different incidents that are going on around this track right now after the restart of the second safety car. We're on lap 22 of 36, 14 more laps to go, but we're in Austria, so those laps come and go very, very quickly. Spooling Dub is getting closer and closer to GDB. This is the fight for 3rd position and the podium. And at the moment, Soy Loco, with that penalty to his name, he still needs to pull out at 2.5 seconds on Cake Thomas before we're done here tonight if he wants to keep the win. Spooling Dub having a bit of trouble there with braking, locking up on the inside wheel into turns 7 and 8. And yeah, just watching who else we've got going on here. Is there any battling? Yeah, it looks like Space Cowboy is catching up to Money Matt now. So that might be a nice little battle as High Tower unfortunately couldn't get around Money Matt and then had to pit with damage to his front wing after pushing a little bit too hard. Money Matt goes wide there on the exit of turn 10. And now with the DRS, Space Cowboy trying to close up to Money Matt, who's also closing up to his own teammate Menace in the other Renault. So this could get very, very spicy here in just a few moments. Money Matt a little bit late on the DRS opening there, and that gives Space Cowboy another chance to overtake here up the hill into turn 3. That is a position done there, an overtake done, and Space Cowboy up into 6th place. I guess into 7th place. Sorry, I'm not sure what's going on with the graphics here tonight, but yeah, Space Cowboy in 7th place. It's saying Menace is 1 lap down. I really don't think that is the case. We're also still getting yellow flags in Sector 3. So yeah, Codemasters is just throwing out all of their tips and tricks here tonight, all of their fireworks, everything they've got in the bag. The whole 9 yards of all of their glitches. Edeltonian now pits again. He's going to put on a set of soft tires that should get him to the end of the race, but he's not going to be super quick on those tires, that's for sure. Let's take a look here. Or sorry, not going to be too quick towards the end on those tires. He's definitely going to be very quick at the start now, right after he comes out of the pits. But Spooling Dub still trying to close up to GDB for that last spot on the podium tonight in round 3 here in Division 3 of Midwest F1. It's been a very interesting race. We've had 2 safety cars already for a couple of incidents. One of them resulted in a DNF. The other one wasn't really that major. I'm not sure if we needed a safety car for that one. But now more 3 times second penalties coming in for Spooling Dub. And I saw somebody else, but unfortunately I didn't catch the name. So yeah, we can definitely see from the grid right now, there's a lot of drivers with penalties to their name. Some of them have more than others. Many of them have more than 3 seconds. So we might see some changes for the positions at the end of the race, especially with Cake Thomas and Soy Loco. Soy Loco has 3 seconds to his name, so that might mean a second spot instead of a win here tonight. So that could be very, very decisive. Let's see, Space Cowboy 12 seconds, Forza 11 seconds, High Tower with 6, Menace with 6, Garrus Vac with 6. Quite a few people getting penalties tonight, and that might decide our finishing positions. So we'll have to wait and see until the end of the race. We don't have much to go. 11 laps. Soy Loco still leading, within 1 second of Cake Thomas here, who is still got DRS on Soy Loco and still holding on to second, which will be the win if Soy Loco does not pull out 3 seconds ahead. GDB in third, Spooling Dub still in fourth place, but actually gone into the pits now. So Space Cowboy is going to move up into fourth. Money Matt, Garrus Vac, Chunky Corgi, all of them are going to overtake Spooling Dub here as he is coming out of the pits now. And let's see where he is going to come out. It looks like he's going to come out in ninth place, right behind Racing Ginger. So Racing Ginger, even though he started very low down after qualifying, he's gained 10 positions in this race. Money Man has gained 7 positions as well, starting in 13th or 12th, sorry, and running now in 5th place. Space Cowboy lost out 1 position to GDB, who's now in 3rd, and Spooling Dub, Forza, Disgruntled Muppet, all of them have lost positions here today. Unfortunately, now Menace is coming into the pits as well, or maybe he was. Oh my goodness, this graphic here today is just ridiculous. Oh, it looks like we have another safety car? What? A78 Corvette has DNF'd. What happened to A78 Corvette? I'm trying to see him around the track as well, and I don't see him anywhere. But, yeah, another safety car. A third one tonight on lap 27 of 36. Only a few more laps to go here, but we're going to have safety car number 3. With Soy Loco still leading the race. Cake Thomas still in 2nd place right now. But are these guys going to pit? Are they going to put on a last-ditch soft tire? Because, I mean, this is a free safety. I mean, this is a free pit stop. You don't really have to lose any time here, and I'm sure some people will take it. So Racing Ginger, High Tower, Spooling Dub, and Smith Pell have all got in, but unfortunately Smith Pell had got a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. So wow, this is very, very exciting now. This could really change the final finishing of this race. Let's see. So Soy Loco looks like he's going into the pits. Is Cake Thomas coming in? Yes, he is. GDB is also coming in. So all of our leaders are going to put another brand new set of soft tires and take this one to the end. How exciting is this? Wow. So yeah, as predicted, all 3 of them put on a set of soft tires, but we've got some people who are not going to pit. Now Money Matt, he is going to continue on, so is Garrus Vac. Look how close they came out to each other. Wow, Soy Loco was very, very close, but of course they are on hard tires, they're on very old tires, so I'm sure Soy Loco, GDB, and Cake Thomas are not going to have too much trouble getting around them. Adeltonian didn't have to pit either. He just pitted 3 laps ago onto a set of softs. Oh, a big little incident here. Money Matt slamming on the brakes there, and a lot of other people there had to slow down. Disqualified from the session is Joe for ignoring yellow flags. This is very exciting towards the end. But what I was going to say there is Money Man and Garrus Vac, even though, you know, they're going to be overtaken eventually by Soy Loco, GDB, and Cake Thomas, the question is going to be how quickly and how easily they're going to be able to get around them. We're not going to have DRS for the first 3 laps after we get restarted. So they're going to have to do it on just outright pace and picking a good place to do it, because otherwise they might get into an incident and might get tied up and you know, in a battle and lose some positions. Soy Loco still has to clear 3 seconds on Cake Thomas if he wants to keep the win here tonight. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of shakeups, as Miles suggests here, that also the penalties will shake everything up as well. So I definitely agree. I mean, this could still go any way possible, and Cake Thomas could still get a penalty as well for pushing too hard, possibly cutting some corners. You never really know how this is all going to turn out, but wow, third safety car in this race. That is absolutely incredible. Wow, we've got a lot of stops here today. Money Man and Garrus 1 stop, Soy Loco, GDB, and Cake Thomas 2 stops, Tony 3 stops, Space Cowboy and Menace also 3 stops. Forza and High Tower have made 4 stops, and Joe Fishing has made 5 stops. That is absolutely crazy. Menace now gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Space Cowboy. So I didn't see any contact, honestly. I was watching from on board here and didn't really see anything, but yeah. Wow, this is incredible. A lot of stops, a lot of safety cars, a lot of battling, a lot of broken wings, and a lot of excitement. This is crazy for Division 3. And this is only round 3 as well. We still got a whole season to go, and these guys are not giving an inch to anyone. No messages from race control just yet about us getting restarted, but I'm gonna keep an eye on things just in case. Nope, the safety car is continuing on for another lap, but we are going to be restarting on lap 30 of 36, so we will still we'll still have a few more laps of battling and of excitement to go here tonight. There's still a lot to play for. I mean, the win is still open. If Cake Thomas can overtake Soy Loco and GDB and keep within 3 seconds of Soy Loco, that's all he needs to do to get the win here tonight. But GDB is now ahead. He can possibly put on the fight as well. Soy Loco could drop to 3rd if GDB keeps within 3 seconds of him and doesn't get any penalties. There's a lot that could happen here. Racing Ginger got a 5-second penalty, so did High Tower for severe collisions with other drivers. So more penalties coming in for a lot of people here. We've only got 6 laps to go, and we're under safety car number 3. I guess it's very fitting. Division 3, round 3, safety car number 3, and safety car will be coming in on this lap. Drivers desperately trying to get some heat into those tires and brakes before they get going again. It's going to be Money Matt this time and Garrus Vac leading us out there, so not Soy Loco like he was usually with those great restarts, but is he going to be able to get a good restart here anyways? Let's watch as the safety car peels into the pits now. Money Matt looks like he's going to get restarted now. Goes a little bit wide. Garrus Vac doesn't get a good restart. It looks like Soy Loco is going for the overtake already. We've just gotten under green flag racing again. Soy Loco into turn 1, overtaking the Garrus Vac. Is he going to make another move? Yes, he does. On Money Matt, right out of turn 1. Oh, but Money Matt is coming back at him. It looks like he's using his overtake there. And Money Matt defending up the hill into turn 2. Soy Loco coming alongside him into turn 2 now. Let's see if this is gonna work out. Nope, Money Matt still defending. Soy Loco jumps ahead now though, back into the lead of this race. Money Matt using all of his overtake, trying everything he can to defend this position, but that's not gonna work out. Cake Thomas and the Garrus Vac, they're fighting together there. It looks like Cake Thomas has gotten ahead, but now Garrus Vac and GDB and Tony are all fighting it out as well for the rest of the positions here. Cake Thomas and Soy Loco up into 1st and 2nd once again in tonight's race, but Money Matt and Garrus Vac are not making it easy on GDB and Tony or anyone else to get around. GDB now thinking about making a move on the Gerasvac into turn 9. Oh, is he going to think about it? He had to back out of it there for just a second. Now they're side by side into turn 10. Let's see if this is going to work out for him. He does, and he's up back into 4th place. And so is Edeltonian, and so is Space Cowboy overtaking there. The Gerasvac drops a bunch of positions out of turn 10, and he is now down to 7th place. So let's rejoin here in the fight. GDB is making a move on Moneyman. Cake Thomas is 1.6 seconds behind Soy Loco. Soy Loco needs another 1.4 seconds if he wants to keep the win here tonight. Moneyman still battling out with GDB. Good defending there, but GDB is going to have to try again. No DRS just yet. So the 2 hard tire runners did not make it easy on those guys who pitted for the soft tire on the restart. They did not just let them through. They definitely put up a fight. And now the Gerasvac is putting up a fight with the Menace, who makes a little bit of a touch with him on the back there. And he is now through to 7th place as well. Gerasvac losing another position. We've got another yellow flag. I see pieces of front wing. Is it Joe fishing? No, it's not. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but more front wing pieces flying everywhere. And now Space Cowboy in 5th place, making a move on Moneymat, and he's up into 4th place now. Wow, this is incredible. Space Cowboy coming out of nowhere and making moves right now, right towards the end of this race. We've only got 3 more laps to go, and DRS has now been enabled. Space Cowboy with DRS gaining on GDB, but not quite close enough. He's going to have DRS again now on the exit of turn 2. Opening up the DRS using the overtake, but didn't have a good exit there, and GDB still staying ahead for now. Cake Thomas and Soy Loco out in the front. 1.1 seconds divides them, but Soy Loco needs more than that if he wants to keep the win here today. Otherwise, Cake Thomas is going to win it on penalties alone. Cake Thomas is using all of his overtake, using everything he can, but he is too far away for now, and I would say he needs to save up his ERS for a couple of laps and then really unleash on the last lap and just win it outright if he can, or just keep within those 3 seconds, and he should have this one. Space Cowboy on GDB into turn 1. Is this going to be close enough? Not on this occasion just yet, but good run through turn 1 there, and he's gonna have the DRS again. Up into turn 2 and 3 they come now, and around the outside now. Space Cowboy moving up onto the podium into 3rd place, but I gotta check how many penalties they have to decide what's going on here. So Space Cowboy actually has 12 penalties, GDB has 3, so GDB is gonna regain that 3rd position once again at the end of the race. Other than that, Soy Loco now has 6 seconds of penalties. So wow, this is definitely gonna go to Cake Thomas as long as he can keep it on track and bring it home here tonight for a great performance. Spooling Dub now making a move here on Racing Ginger, and also making another move on Edeltonian at the same time. 2 moves in 1 corner, 2 positions gained for Spooling Dub. What an incredible move there. Let's move back to GDB. He is still catching up on Space Cowboy, but Space Cowboy doing an incredible job here tonight of trying to get a podium finish, but obviously those 12 seconds of penalties are really gonna hurt Space Cowboy. So GDB is still gonna regain that position, but he wants to regain that position here and now on track, and I cannot blame him after the race that we've had here tonight, with all of the battling, with all the incidents, with the 3 safety cars. It would be nice to finish on the podium outright before the end of this Grand Prix. And here comes Smith Pell on the Gerasvac. Boom, that's 6th position, but the Gerasvac is going to try and fight it back. Not really there, thought about it for a second, backs out of it, and that is it for that battle. GDB was gaining a lot of time there on the Space Cowboy with the DRS, but not enough. Again, GDB is trying everything he can to try and overtake for that 3rd position. Cake Thomas 1.6 seconds behind Soy Loco, but Soy Loco now with 6 seconds of penalties to his name is unfortunately going to lose that position. Spooling Dub here is catching up on Chunky Corgi, who was doing very well in the race here, but all of these safety cars unfortunately ruined the advantage that he had with his tire strategy and pretty much reset him back a few positions. So now he's fighting for that 8th position here tonight. Spooling Dub though is putting on a lot of pressure. He's also got the DRS right now on the start-finish straight as they're coming into turn 1. He's not going to be close enough but he's going to think about going around the outside a little bit there, getting a pretty good run out of turn 1. Now with the DRS, up the hill into turn 2 and 3 they come. Let's see how this is going to turn out here. Here comes Chunky Corgi around the outside or down the inside. Oh, locking up a little bit, going wide through there. Is Pulling Dub going to go ahead there? No, he's not going to be able to make it work, so Chunky Corgi regains 8th position once again, and he's going to hold on to that position and actually has a nice little gap now back to Spooling Dub as well. So a little bit too ambitious there from Spooling Dub. Cake Thomas now gets a 3-second time penalty, so pushing a little bit too hard. I'm not sure if he knows that Soy Loco has all of those penalties, but now it is it. Soy Loco finishes 2nd. Cake Thomas takes the win from Soy Loco just on penalties. GDB is going to finish 3rd. Space Cowboy is going to drop to 4th place because of penalties as well. And actually now Smith Pell is going to overtake Space Cowboy for 4th place. Space Cowboy drops down to 5th. Garrus Vac drops down to 6th. We have Chunky, or actually Junkie jumps up to 6th, Garrus Vac to 7th, Ailtonian in 8th, Menace in 9th, Spooling Dub in 10th, Money Mat finishes in 11th place, Greer is going to finish in 12th, Forza is going to finish in 13th, and it looks like Racing Ginger, Disgruntled Muppet, Hightower, and Joe Fishing are going to round out the grid, but it's this man right here, Cake Thomas. Wow. He kept it within the 3 seconds, within the 6 seconds that he needed to win the race. He got a 3-second penalty right at the end of the race, but it did not matter for him anymore because Soy Loco lost this race tonight on penalties alone. But it's going to be Cake Thomas, Soy Loco, and I'm not sure, I can't remember who was the 3rd driver there, but we're going to take a look at that in just a second. But wow, what a race. Oh my goodness, 3 safety cars, a bunch of incidents. We had battling all around. The lead battle was going on from the start until the finish of the race, and the finish was pretty exciting there as well. Cake Thomas winning the race after starting in 2nd place. Soy Loco drops down to 2nd on penalties. He actually had 9 seconds of penalties at the end of it all. GDB in 3rd place after starting in 4th. Smith Pell into 4th place after starting 16th. That is absolutely incredible. He should definitely be the driver of the day there. Space Cowboy started 3rd and ended up finishing in 5th place, unfortunately there. Chunky Corgi from 15th to 6th place as a reserve driver here tonight. What an incredible performance. That was absolutely impressive. Garrus Vac in 7th, Ailtonian in 8th, Menace in 9th, Spooling Dub in 10th, Money Man in 11th, Greer 12th, Disgruntled Muppet 13th, Forza 14th, Racing Ginger in 15th, Hightower in 16th, Joe Fishing in 17th, A78 Corvette, and Dissection were our 2 DNFs here tonight. Wow. I am definitely going to need a breather after this one because that was excitement from start to finish. I pretty much had no time to think about it, no time to breathe or drink or do anything because there was stuff going on all over the place. 3 safety cars, as I already said multiple times, you know, that is just incredible. That is definitely a high amount of safety cars. But yeah, Cake Thomas, Soy Loco, those guys have done an incredible job here tonight. Really impressive. And yeah, also Chunky Corgi and a few other people doing an incredible job as well. So Division 3, Round 3, Red Bull Ring in Austria delivered a great show for us here tonight. And it definitely delivered for, yeah, it just made me more excited for the rest of the season. I'm really excited to see and really curious to see how this is going to turn out. And I feel like the fight between Soy Loco and Cake Thomas, that's going to be going on for the whole season. Let me see here if I can get anybody possibly into the party here. Bear with me for a couple of seconds. I'm going to see if I can at least get Soy Loco possibly and Cake Thomas. Let's look for them here. Let's look for Soy Loco. Sorry for the blue screen, guys. Give me a couple of seconds. Alright, and let's also invite Cake Thomas. we go. There's Cake Thomas. Alright, so I've invited the two of them at least into the party here. Hope but maybe we can hear their opinion on the race and how it went from their perspective. Miles is saying that GDB made the greatest jump from 15th. Yeah, that was definitely an incredible one. Also, who was it that, yeah, Smith Pell, I think he went from like 16th to 5th. So that is, or no, that was Chunky Corgi. But yeah, a lot of drivers here today really showed off a lot of good skills. But Soy Loco, that must have been really, really hard for him, with Cake Thomas taking the win there right at the end just because of penalties. Let's give them a couple of minutes here. Let's see if any of our drivers join up. Give me just a moment.
Hey.
Oh, sounds like we've got somebody here. Who do we have?
It's Soy Loco.
Hey, Soy Loco. Well, welcome to the post-race interviews. Thank you so much for joining us, first of all. Congratulations on P2, but of course, I'm sure you're not going to be super happy with that. You were out in the lead for the whole race. You were doing a pretty good job there, pretty consistent drive, but losing it here today, unfortunately, on penalties. So just tell us about it from your perspective. How did it go?
Yeah, the penalties cost me. Austria obviously a little bit hard on touching curbs, so yeah, it cost me at the end of the day. It is what it is. All you can do is just, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and head to the next track and hopefully do better and not get penalties there. So, no, obviously a pretty decent pace between me and Cake Thomas. So, he kept me right on my toes. I tried to pull away, but obviously couldn't. And yeah, cost me P1.
Yeah, but overall, I think it was a pretty good one, and like I was saying towards the end of the stream there, I feel like the fight between yourself and Cake Thomas could go for the whole season here, potentially. How do you feel about that?
It makes me want to show up and play, I guess, when you have someone competitive to really play against. So yeah, no, it's going to be super interesting throughout the entire course of the season to see how it plays out. But no, he's super competitive. He's pretty quick too. So yeah, we should push each other towards the end of the season as well.
And as a team as well, right now Alfa Romeo sitting up there at the top with 67 points to your name between yourself and Hightower. But Hightower tonight didn't really have the best of races, unfortunately, whereas Smith Pell did. So I feel like McLaren's going to be closing up that gap to Alfa Romeo. So as a constructors or as a driver, which one of the championships sort of attracts you more?
Hard to say actually, but I guess at this point in time, if I'm going to have to pick one, to be truthful with you, might be the Constructors. Reason I say that is because me and Hightower have a pretty long-standing friendship of close to like 15, 16 years, so to win something with him would actually be pretty nice.
All right, perfect. Well, that is awesome. I don't know if you want to sort of send out any thanks or highs or anything before we end off here?
Obviously, shout out to my teammate. Might not have the best race tonight, but, I know we'll come back stronger for the next one.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again for joining us in the interviews after the race.
Yeah, all right, man. Talk to you later.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to round it off here. I didn't see any other drivers joining me in the party, so but it was really nice to hear there from Soy Loco after that P2 finish here tonight. Of course, he was really gunning for the win there. Was very close, but that penalty really caught up to him at the end. So hopefully, like he said, next week he will come back strong again, and we will see that fight between himself and Cake Thomas revived again. But what a great show we've had here tonight from Division 3. They put on another great battle, great race for all of us to watch, just like they did last week in France, and I'm sure they will do the same thing next week as well for round 4. So join us then. But from myself here from BLIN-MACHINE, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Leave a like, leave us another comment, subscribe to my channel. I will hopefully be back here next week as well with Division 3 to commentate again. Definitely don't want to miss it because so far it's been absolutely crazy in this division. So really excited to come back here again. But thank you to all the drivers, thank you to all the organizers of the league, and to everybody who's been watching from BLIN-MACHINE and from Midwest F1. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Have a great night.